Back home, I worked as a concept artist at an animation studio. About your powers. Long story short, my powers come from an old acquaintance. You can say I inherited his mission and will. I can mimic anything as long as I understand its principles, which is useful for work. As for black holes, that's an even longer story. I'll tell you about it some other time. Yep, we could feel it.
Of course, I understand. Do not worry. I have a way.
Warp Trotter, wait. Get it. Don't get scared. You're already scared. That's the problem. No, we have no time to support
Chill out.
Oh, that's not even enough damage. I sure ain't gonna be meeting this bat for quite a while, cause I ain't on level for him. Anyway, we need to go back here. Where's the yeah. No, I wanna start. No, we start down here. It's time to explore Belobog.
It's getting late. Where to now?
What do you mean it's getting late? It's plain as day. Phone booth? This is a phone booth. You find it novel because you were born in the mobile era. Yeah, I ain't doing no la la la. I ain't got that. Sorry, I didn't notice there were people around. I'm not disturbing you, am I? You have a great voice. Okay, I shall continue warming up my voice. Oh no, the play isn't open to the public yet. I better not spoil it. I'm so forgetful. Anyway, the play is still in rehearsal. I'm the leading actress voice. If you like the song, we can meet again in the theater. I'd like to know more about Tamila. You are as curious as a child, but I don't have much to offer. Although Tamila's voice is a bit deep, her acting and singing skills are not much of a problem. She's got a lot of fans. It's just that she seems to be unhappy with me, which I'm a little confused about. Oh my god. Why is she unhappy with you? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it during the rehearsals recently. I felt that Tamila didn't want to lip sync. Although, I shouldn't say this, but I don't feel comfortable with Tamila's recent public criticism of the lyrics. Although the songs she's criticized were for her character, I was responsible for the voiceover. It just feels like she was aiming that at me. Have I done something to get on her bad side? Musicals need voiceovers? Usually no, but the director insisted I do the voice for Tamila's songs. That's probably why, because you are singing over her mouth. And she's one of those people that's like, she can't sing, but someone's doing it over her. This just takes me back to Friends. He said, Tamila's voice isn't catchy and girly enough. This is my private affair. Please don't be bothered by it. Why don't you perform on stage yourself? I've been thinking about that lately. I want to set foot on a new path. I've loved singing since I was a little girl. I could sing all day long, no matter what the song is. Did anything happen between the two of you? I don't think so. We teamed up a few times and it always went well. As for the outside of the theater, well, Tamila is a star, after all, so I don't really have much contact with her. I don't know what she could be mad about. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. It's probably just because we have different perspectives. Maybe she is jealous of your voice. Shh, don't speak so rashly. Tamila's voice is deep, but I think it's very touching, especially when she's singing lyrical type songs. For example, the concerto in Back to the Night is something that's beyond me. I saw the tears in your eyes tonight. Will you still love me after dawn? Tamila is a natural beauty and she has a great stage presence. I'm sure she isn't jealous of me. Let's not think too negatively about people. Well, don't let it bother you then. Bro, I ain't reading a whole book. Alright, pause. We're going. pause. We are going. Now, the cast. Alyssa Rand. Alyssa Rand. Where is this Alyssa Rand? Also, Alyssa R. Or it would be Elisa R, wouldn't it? Fucking Trails of Cold Steel. Yeah, so pause, we go. What is he doing? Hold on. The street lamps haven't been turned on yet. The Iron Gate looks like it's concealing the biggest secret in the universe. Quiet and foreboding wrought iron fence blocks the way. Quiet isn't the right word to describe it, because at this moment you seem to hear faint muttering. Venture no closer. No closer, the Iron Gate seems to say. Then again, the voice could have come from the nervous man behind the gate. You approach him to ask why on earth he is playing ventriloquist for the gate. Venture no closer to me. Might I ask why you're talking to yourself? Or Belobog's Iron Gate can talk? What are you asking me? I was simply too nervous to have noticed you. I'm truly sorry. Am I that attractive, then? You're a funny one. It's the back alley. Have you not heard? Some ghostly going-ons have been happening in that back alley recently. The back alley? Are you not a resident of this neighborhood? The back alley is an alleyway beyond this theater. It's where we poor people live. You don't have to be this polite with me. Oh, thank goodness. Ghostly going-ons? I'm not too sure about the details. I just know that they're among us. And they've gotten their hands on some of the residents. Why don't you leave the place, then? It's all because of this gate. The neighbors and I wish to leave this place too, but I can never seem to get it open. All we can do is come out occasionally for some fresh air. It's getting late, I have to return. Just my luck, this blasted back alley. The man up ahead mutters some confusing words as his head shakes incessantly before disappearing into the shadows of the theater. What a strange man. I wonder if I'll run into him again. Trash. A trash can. Not remarkable in any way. You've been staring at it for a while. Maybe it's just an ordinary trash can. What do you want to do? You try to hold back the urge to open it. As you continue staring at the trash cans, they seem to turn before your very eyes. The edges are no longer rusty and dents are smoothed over. From under the lid comes a faint golden glow, sweet and alluring. For a moment, the trash can turns into treasure chests. And it's happening again. You take a deep breath and open the lid. It's empty. Wait! You reach deeper into the trash can. There's a piece of iron scrap on the bottom. Your hard work paid off. You finally found some treasure. You look back at your companions and see their complicated expressions. You don't need to explain, I get it. That urge is too great for you to resist. There's no turning back once you've walked down this path. Nice. A few tins labeled Belobog sausage. An unopened bottle of Jim Roger bread soda or breed soda. A copy of the Crystal Daily with Supreme Guardian Cocolia on the front page, surrounded by Silvermane guards, crumpled paper ball, some withered flowers whose thermal dome is broken. To understand a city, go through its trash cans. Don't you dare waste it. And this is why we are the Trash Raccoon. Trying to do the singing. Can I help you with something? That looks like the exact same model used for Lisa and both Fran in Tower of Fantasy. That really is just a shared model in these worlds. That's terrible. I'm just passing by, don't mind me. Wah 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 Land obtained the score for the phonograph by talking with Tamila at the Golden Theater. Don't mind you. Don't mind you, how? I don't like being stared at when rehearsing. How do you perform in front of your audience, then? Rehearsal is different from the real thing. You look a little strange. You're not some journalist from who knows where, are you? I don't have any exclusive insider information to reveal. But it doesn't matter either way. Tamila the Golden Theater is always open to being interviewed. Is there a problem? As you can probably tell, my voice is rather low-pitched. The director is not very happy about that, so the theater hired a voice actress to assist me. She is impeccable indeed, but I was too professionally trained. Never missed a day of practice. Now I have to lip-sync and act as if it was a silent film. I can't help but think that maybe one day they'll get rid of me altogether. What do you think I should do? Well, work on your acting for one. That won't do. People come to musicals for the songs. How embarrassing would it be if the musical performer can't sing with her own voice? It's ridiculous. I'll be like, whatever, who can't remember their lines and need others to read out the script for them. Why not try acting in the play? Both are theatrical arts, true, but the skills they require are hardly transferable. Plus, musicals have been my passion. I don't want to simply give this up. I still want to give it a go. Maybe find a project that suits your voice better. I'm afraid it's not that easy. You might not know this, but musical artists only look good on stage for a limited period of time. Once their physiques change or their voice becomes coarse, they have to bid the stage farewell. They'll call it spending more time with the family, but everyone knows that's the end of their career. You'll have to challenge that. Even if the theater agreed with me, the audience wouldn't buy it. They may have been quite honest in likes and dislikes. But you do have a point. People should be less judgmental. Need to find a way to get your voice actress fired? No, I want to keep my job fair and square. I have no interest in theater politics. She is one of us, after all. I hope she will see her dream come true on stage one day. Well, I can't think of a better way to help. No worries. Thanks for listening to me. I feel much better already. Please keep this conversation a secret. Embers. Oh yeah. Some trophies I should be pinning on my PlayStation. Another theater play? Well, pause. We're going. Pause. We're going. Pause. We're going. Oop. A poster for the fairy tale play Leisha and Mrs. Trude. A Delusion Company employee meets his true love in a small town. Okay. After reading the plot, you practically finish the whole drama. Yeah, that's usually how this goes. Another one. Alright, pause. We're going. Pause. We're going. Okay. Man, I want over there. Okay, nothing interesting there. There's a kid skipping on the road. They do have cars in this land. This is a specially made car in Belobog. The hood is letting off a dry heat unique to an engine that's going at full throttle. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just parked here for a bit. I'll move it right away. Please, don't give me a ticket. That's not going to cut it. I do things by the book. Oh, I see. This is just a small token. Please, kindly accept it, miss. The resident in front of you swiftly hands over a hefty amount of credits, then bolts from the scene without a trace. That isn't what you mean at all. Right or wrong, you did receive some unexpected cash. Let's just say you accepted the fine on behalf of the guards. Uh-oh. You look special. Do you mean I'm very pretty? Well, besides the hair, you appear to be normal. But the way you dress isn't the norm around here. Those patterns are rarely seen, and there's no trace of petroleum jelly on those clean fingers in the face of yours. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. My name is Lilla. I'm a writer for The Voyager and also a zoologist. Oh yes, I've just been rambling on. You probably haven't read the Underground Encyclopedia of Zoology, right? Those interesting books on zoological science can't be found on the market. So here, take these 2 books. Read them when you have the time. I want to ask, what creatures are there in Belobog? Cats and dogs, there are wolves and birds in the wild. That's about it. You'll have to check out the museum specimens to see what other kinds of animals there were in the past. I heard that hundreds of years ago, Belobog had domesticated bears, and dire wolves roamed the wild. They're no longer around, though. But I believe there are other animals out there that survived the internal freeze. I just have no way to prove it. Now I have no choice but to study humans. Did you know that humans in Belobog have at least 3 different origins? But you don't seem to belong to any one of them. That's why I was so surprised back then. You're right. I am an alien. I must have been researching too much. Ever since I got my hands on that book, my head spanned the clouds. What book? This Underground Encyclopedia of Zoology was apparently brought back from the underground by a Silvermane guard. It talks a lot about strange creatures. Ever since I finished the book, I couldn't stop thinking about how these animals must look like. I really want to know more about these crystalline lizards. Geomeral olms, funeral worms. I want to know what they eat, how they reproduce, everything. Why don't you go look for them? I've been outside the city a few times for journalism, but there weren't enough spare time to do ecological research then. But recently I met a benefactor who is willing to finance my expedition as long as his requirements are met. He's even willing to take care of the expedition permits and formalities as well. I'm already making preparations for the expedition.
Nice.
Well, that's all the questions I have. If you see any rare species in the future, remember to tell me about them. Bro, I am not here to word. Why aren't you moving? There we go. Alright, pause. We're going. Pause. We are going. You're going. Damn. Nope, this is gonna leave. Did it? Bro, imagine holding up this thing. That's terrible.
Mom, I've got a question.
The benches are agromatic in design, but their placement doesn't take the environment into consideration. Vending machine. The machine rumbles. Recipes. Looks like I can be making things too. Chest. What if I steal that? Blockade. The guard seems unhappy at your arrival. Apparently he didn't welcome your approach. For some reason, a sweet female voice pops into your head. How about we explore this area ahead of us later? Sweet! I know you're referencing Paimon. Get the fuck out of here. Sweet? Oh, hell no. The Silvermane Guard is keeping watch on the road. They had to stand here all day. Must be bored to death. Not to mention, that's really bad for your knees. The Silvermane Guard is standing still like a statue. You can't help wondering whether their deployment here is to resolve an argument with someone further up the chain of command. You begin to fill in the life of the Silvermane Guard for yourself, their graduation, deployments, materials contributions, youthful brilliance, how they offended some loser, got demoted, and thrown out in the cold. Wait, is that definitely a person? Don't tell me it's a statue. Oh, for the love of... Looks like it really is a statue. As you approach, you see a light flicker in the guard's eyes. Phew, still a person. An unusually large paper ball. Upon unfolding, you find it contains wrinkled scraps of paper. 1. I hereby tender my registration. On this, my final day of work, I hereby tender my resignation. On this day, my final day of work, I wish to be frank. Generally speaking, my job is uninteresting, and so I hereby tender my resignation. On this day, my final day of work, I wish to be frank. Generally speaking, my job is uninteresting, therefore has no meaning. Forget it, time to work. A few typos away from a new career. You haven't missed anything. Nothing else to look in there. I really do love just going through the environment and looking at these things. You approach this small device and feel a slight warmth emanating. Here, geomirror ore excavated from underground is converted into a heat necessary for survival. Extending this heating network across the towering citadel must have been a huge effort for the designer. You approach this... okay. The benches are, Your heart must be as cold as the benches in Belobog. Poet Jupiter Free, written in Belobog during winter. As you approach... oh, wait, wrong one. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try and go very slow about this, but you know the drill. Just pause and we go. Anna and Artyom! Or, that was more Artem. No. Either his name is Artem, or that's Artyom. Is this a Metro Exodus thing? Or, well, just a Metro thing. There's so much to read, bro. That's just way too much. These things aren't exactly as interesting to read as the things on the ship were.
I can't decide.
The Cannonball's also a romanticist. Ain't that lovely? Ah, Artyom, Dalmer. One is frost, the other flame. They are both carefree, and exploring the unknown world, they suffer many ups and downs, yet still by each other's side. Oh, Artyom is such a gentleman. Who is Artyom? He's the perfect man. He's the kindest character I've ever read about. He has the right sense of humor. He's caring, thoughtful, and restrained. Oh, I may have gotten a little too wrapped up in the book. Sorry for rambling on. Welcome. What can the Forest Vasca do for you? What about these? These flowers come in a variety of colors and prices, but really, they're all priceless. For example, this one named Sunshine is lovely. Its red and yellow colors make it look like the sun. Just looking at it makes you feel warm inside. It's a great choice for a gift or even to keep for yourself. What do you think? Or do you want to know more about other kinds of flowers? The Marquise. The Marquise is our most expensive flower. There's a grand story behind its name. Rumor has it that a noblewoman spent her entire family's fortune on one of these flowers. That's why it was given the name Marquise. To this day, it is beloved by high society. First snow. The flower has 8 petals with white spots at each tip, just like snowflakes. A long time ago, the first snow of the year was called First Snow, symbolizing harvest and joy. Summer shade bamboo. It would be more appropriate to call it a plant, rather than a flower. It is said that long ago artists would use its long stalk with holes on it to create musical instruments. Probably. Other ones, please. Oh my god. The sunshine. It's a sunshine, a red and yellow flower that looks like a sun. It's very lovely. Just looking at it makes you feel warm inside. Ball pony? It is a very expensive flower. It blooms only once a year for 1 month, but honestly, the price is completely worth that 1 month of bloom. Rainbow? Oh, this is our best-selling flower. It's a colorful and gorgeous and is offered a great price. Thank you, I learned a lot today. The warm sun. You see on the menu, Belobog Instant Soup, delicious and nutritious in all sorts of flavors. Grape flavor, 4 shield per tin. An overwhelming fishy smell emanates from the trash can as you remove the lid. Instead of fish, you find only a fish-layered flyer. Is this how synthesis works? A trash can. Once you were feeling down on your luck, you thought the two of you were a good match. You haven't missed anything. You spot a Belobog Weekly with a rather seductive picture on the cover. You spot the Crystal Daily, which is the official publication for the Architects. You spot the Voyager, which contains an article about wildlife observation that is written in the manner of a bestiary for mythical creatures. Oh, section for jokes, apparently the weekend issue isn't so serious. It's missing a few issues. I don't think I've met you before. Is this your first time visiting the bookstore? What books do you have? I'll be here reading. Let me know when you've made your selections.
Feel free to look around.
Sorry, I was caught up in my reading and I didn't notice you. Do you need help with some books? Can we talk? Alright, let's hear it. What do you want to chat about? How's business? Not bad. Belobog has a lot of people who love to read, but it would be nice if everyone paid for the books they read. Do you have any recommendations? You came to the right person. What kind of books do you like? I like some fantasy novels. Fantasy? You'll love this one. It's about a traveler from a different world who is on a journey to find their family. It's very popular among young people. Literally Genshin. I like reading science fiction. This is gonna be Honkai Impact 3rd. Science fiction? Well, you would love to try reading a story about a group traveling the system by steam train. Oh, this is really just the game.
I want to see the adventurous moles!
Mystery novels. I'm also a fan of mystery novels. What do you think about this one? It's about a young girl, Detective Anraku, and her associates solving strange cases and uncovering hidden truths. It isn't exactly a hit, but it's quality writing.
I want to see the adventurous moles!
A wrinkled handwritten flyer is laying in the trash can. You can just make out the following. This will be our best price for Valentine's flowers for the entire year. Take this chance to send your loved one some flowers. Considering all the other cliched advertising, this is pretty good. I'd be so mad if someone gave me this. Don't worry, I don't think anyone would. You're hilarious, Jupiter. What, can't have some fun? It's just a trash can. In other words, street lamps make wonderful roosts for birds, but in Belobog they all stand alone. When night draws near, street lamps light up the way home. You're curious to know whether street lamps also rely on geomarrow and give off warmth. The metal pole of this lamp is already beginning to crack. The marks on this lamp are clues to its history. This is a street lamp.
'Cause every night I will save your life.